To that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Welcome back to The Daily Show with Laz and Jack. I am Jack.
And this is Laz.
We want to thank everybody for watching. We had a great weekend. There was a lot that happened. Where do we want to begin today?
Oh, let's start with the announcement of Radio Free Britannia officially. Past Friday's
on the newsletter. Yes, Radio Free Britannia, owned by NBN and by Laz, is going into the game, into the radio. So pretty soon we're going to have 2 official radio stations in game: Avatar's Radio and Radio Free Britannia. I know, that's awesome.
Is starting this Thursday, coming to an ether vibration amplifier near you. And on top of that, I gotta say, one and only Justin did one heck of a job when we spoke back a while back about getting the radio into the game, and I proposed the idea. Of course, Richard said nobody's ever asked. So he says, here, talk to Justin here, shoot him off an email, and we'll get it all set up. And sat down and had a little sidebar with Justin, and he's like, oh, no, I've got an interface ready to use. And again, nobody had ever asked. But to emphasize on putting the interface in, you can now add your own favorite radio stations. As well, if you have a little radio station or you've got a street, plug your information in there and tell your friends to tune in. Allowing just about anybody now to go ahead and place a radio station and listen to their kind of music, whatever they want to listen to. They don't have to listen to us. They don't have to listen to Avatar's radio. They can listen to their own radio.
That's as long as it's got an IP and a port that you can connect to. It should do the DNS lookup as well. I haven't really played around with it, but that's for websites that are running those old Shoutcast servers and Icecast, things like that. There are thousands of those radio stations still around, so you should be able to find one easily.
There are many, 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 many stations out there. I'll just point to Second Life as a good example of a video game. They literally have thousands of people running radio itself. And by opening this up, I'm hoping that when we've got thousands and thousands of people here, that we see many other people joining us, bringing their own type and blend of music and hopefully talk like we do into the game. Of course, we are bringing talk radio. We are bringing the lunchtime show, Lunch with Laz and Jack. And I think I've come to a conclusion that we're just going to nix the Daily Show thing. I can fix that in the radio. So
what are we going to call it, though?
Lunch with Laz and Jack.
Okay, we're just going back to the old faithful.
Well, again, got the Daily Show, so I had something to set when we were testing the radio. So I had to have a name that I could just constantly overwrite and something that was easy to remember, And all the other shows were already recorded as Lunch with Laz and Jack, blah, 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 blah. So I needed something just that stood out in the crowd for a few minutes. But since I forgot to hit the record button on the radio the other day and found an alternate method to pull the audio out, I no longer have to worry about that.
Even easier.
Yes, so now I've always got a copy regardless whether I've got to rip it off Twitch, since we do the stream there, or my local video. All sorts of great stuff. I'm getting ready to put. This is all our news, for the most part, the folks out there are probably going to see seamless integration with all this stuff. But I was telling you earlier, I just put a virtual server up and going to move the NBN, and this will hopefully allow
As your
us
mic
to
cuts
have
out.
streamers. Did it?
Yeah, it did.
My bad.
It's okay. I think I'll let you live this time, but if it happens again, I'm going to crawl through this microphone and, I don't know, fart in your general direction or something.
Now, Lucy.
Wrong TV show.
Anyway, yeah. That'll allow us to open up NBN to other streamers and let them come in and be able to turn off the loop and come on and do their shows as well. So all sorts of great stuff coming down the pipe for us and in the game when it comes to streaming and audio and multimedia and all this great stuff. So stay tuned, folks, because we're going to be bringing all sorts of wild, crazy stuff to you as we go. So now that we've got that out of the way, shameless self-promotion.
Oh, yeah.
Is we have, of course, coming up Thursday, Release 24, the 2-year mark. And, of course, we have a whole bunch of goodies coming for you in Release 24. Now, what happened to the polish, Jack? What happened?
What do you mean? The polish?
Yeah. I know. As Chris and Starr are apologizing profusely, and I'm sure nobody's complaining.
Yeah, well, when they add a bunch of new scenes and then they, like, this cow, I don't know if you've checked him out on the QA server.
I've heard the cow of many heads and legs.
No, but this cow right here, they did something to its texture on the QA server where it's I don't even, it's like it's been buffed. So it's extremely shiny. It's really funny. But yeah, they're working on stuff. I mean, they're probably going to be fixing bugs all week and probably 4 or 5 patches more before we actually get to Thursday.
All right, I lost you there for a second.
I went back
They did
to
something with the texture. It was shiny.
yeah.
I got that.
Oh yeah, beyond shiny. But it's one where it's like, yeah, they were playing around with some of the things inside of Unity, and that may have caused things to not work out. So when it's a polished release, maybe they meant they buffed everything, and so everything's going to be ultra bright and shiny.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a polished release. Yeah, we got content, and I'm not complaining.
Yeah, content is going to be awesome. Running around through that scene that gets you to Hilt is absolutely stunning. You can actually go play around on the tops of all the different edifices. Since my character is so low level, I can't kill anything, so I had to run for my life, and I only died half a dozen times trying to get through one side of the scene to the other. But it is now a control point, and when Hilt finally does go in, which will probably be release 25, we are in for a world of hurt.
Yeah, I understand it's going to be quite something else. Now, speaking of Worlds of Hurt real quick, I heard over the weekend that a group actually went and defeated the dragon several times over.
Over and over and over again. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know if it was one group or several groups again. But that was with Caves and Phoenix Fire.
Several groups, yes.
Yeah.
But congratulations to all those folks out there who managed to do that.
Yeah, to me that means that the dragon needs to be buffed some.
Well, how many people should it take to kill a dragon? Hundreds, right?
Crap ton. So dragon needs some buffage. Now, the funny thing is, we have to remember that right now people are actually gaining XP at 4 times the normal rate. So
Correct.
that still tells me that, you know what, we are 3 weeks into a wipe, which means within 12 weeks, so within 3 months, we're going to have groups that can easily take on dragons. So to me, your dragons need to be buffed a little bit more to, you know what, they shouldn't be able to do it in one release. And because not everybody's the absolute power gamer.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm thinking even at your time frame. I'm thinking it should take quite a bit longer to get to that point where you could even think about attempting it. And I'm talking a 6 month, a year time frame.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Many warriors, other people would argue with us, but, hey, if you got anything that you want to say about the topic, by all means, come join us here on NBNN. You can go to nbnn.info, click on the big red link to join us in TeamSpeak, and come voice your opinion. You can give us a call on the NBNN hotline, 872-529-6266. Yes, that is still a thing, by the way.
When's the last time someone called it?
Well, it was the last time I even put it out there for anybody to use.
I have no idea. But you're going to get a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning just because I can.
Now, see, the great thing about that is I can turn it on and off, and it rings only when I tell it to ring. And it only takes calls when I tell it to take calls, which is really great. But I figure since we're going to be doing the radio thing here, we can always have some call-ins on the radio.
Yep.
And of course, I'll have to figure out. I don't know if that patch is in or not just yet. I got to figure out how that patches so that you guys, in here can hear that as well. But we'll figure that out when the time comes. Maybe work this week and try to do some testing on it. Anyway, back to Hilt. Hilt is going to be one damn nasty place, from what I'm understanding.
Yes, it is going to be control point.
Bowels of Hilt.
The bowels, where it's the only place where you can craft obsidian chips into obsidian armor and weapons, things like that. But since it's supposed to be the place where the most powerful weapons are crafted, it is going to take an army to get that crafting done.
Literally.
Yes. Okay, so the forge is going to be taking place inside of a stream of power of some sort. And so in order to stand in there, it is going to do damage to you. And you know how long it takes for those interfaces to actually come up and for everything to actually be prepared, right?
Right, right.
And so you're going to have outside healers healing you while you're standing inside of that stream and just getting absolutely bitch slapped over and over and over again. Then, since it's also a control point, you also have monsters spawning left and right. And they just keep on coming in waves and waves. So you're going to have defenders taking care of the spawn. So you're going to have dedicated healers. You're going to have defenders, all so that way you can get the best gear crafted, which I think is actually an ingenious idea. They just have to make it to where it's like, you know what? They really only want it for the top players of the game, top guilds, to actually be able to participate and take a. Sorry, got to type to Zeke. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you need an army.
Yeah, you need an army to defend that place.
So now, for those of you, and there's Onyx. And Onyx, if you're listening, luckily you have a whole bunch of friendly compatriots who would more likely than not follow you down to the gates of hell, literally, so that you can craft them some wild armor.
Yes. But
Ezekiel Cooper.
Welcome.
User joined your channel.
Hold on, waiting on Onyx.
Okay. Yeah, but so those crafting those obsidian chips in the forge at Hilt is going to be a royal pain, and so that was information that I got from Scott Jones, or Scotty as we like to call him, at the Austin Players Meetup on Saturday. He joined us out there, and if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, then you can actually look at those pictures. And you can see what took place. Some of it you won't see me in those pictures because I was taking them, and
some really good pictures out there.
Even the
Lord British with a balloon ankh.
Yeah, the silver serpent, or the silver ankh that was made out of balloons just for him. The inspiration was Winfield's necklace. And if you actually look closely at that ankh balloon, it actually does have a silver serpent on it.
Oh, did he pull a Sharpie out to draw on? Or
Yes, he did. Well, I think it was Winfield or Lord British that actually did that. But Lord British did show up to the Austin area players gathering, so that was even cooler. So we got to hang out with Lord British, Scott Jones, one of the other animators from who was also there. I forgot who it was. I forgot his name. He'll probably smack me when I go into the office on Wednesday. and Zeke is serenading us.
He is serenading the entire BMC.
And what a dashing figure he presents.
Well, I didn't take Zeke as the type for love songs, that's for sure.
Yep, and now our video is going to be flagged for copyright violations. Sweet.
I'll be curious to see our loot. I've gotten flagged on a piano before. I haven't been flagged on the loot, but again.
I've even got flagged for a welcome song.
So, Onyx, I hope you're ready for some tough crafting in your future. I don't know if you were listening to the show and what Jack and I were just talking about.
No, actually, I missed that. I just came in, so I'll let you give me a recap at some point.
Crafting in the bowels of Hilt.
It's not going to be pleasant.
Armor.
And weapons.
You will have to have a small army protecting you to craft.
I would imagine that's true.
So that you do not get killed while trying to craft stuff. And yes, Zeke has gotten bitten by the... I don't know if that was proper English or not. And he's totally enjoying it the last couple of days here.
He's figured out how to play some songs.
Oh, cool, Zeke. There's one you don't hear. Onyx, what are you doing sitting?
Wait, hold on.
Of course.
You also have to take off your hat. And I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Play ball.
Very nice.
Zeke's having some fun.
So tell me, are we going to be mining in the Nightshade Pass this next week?
I haven't been out myself, tell you the truth. We're just talking, of course, Jack attended the Austin Players Gathering down there, and they got to talking about something that was going on and going to be upcoming. And with the inclusion of Hilt coming in this release, Scotty, of course, you were there at the offices when we were at the big move. You saw all the stuff that he was doing. I mean, we were fascinated. We stood there with Scotty for what, a half hour, 45 minutes, watching him show off hilt to us while we were there.
I might have missed part of that, but yes, I was there.
Is he was showing us how it was laid out, and I mean what he was what they were adding decor wise and landscape wise and just everything, and we got a good preview. And again, once hilt is finally released, I'll be able to show that video to everybody. Of course, mine then they've told us that the bowels of hilt is where the obsidian forge is going to be.
But is that where the ore for mining will be, or just to forge it?
Well, I believe it's the inclusion of the obsidian chips that we're already out there collecting are going to be used in the forge. We don't have exact information on that yet. But you'll have to be at this forge with them. I'm assuming the obsidian chips or some other mineral or additive in order to forge obsidian armor and weapons.
I see.
And it's in the middle of a control point.
Yes. Unfortunately, I haven't found any obsidian chips yet. I don't know where they come from.
You'll find them in the Shroud Falls.
Just in mining in the Shard Falls, or
they drop as loot off the flailers and the golems and stuff like that. We took a run out there last week with the group. We took about 16 people out and just ran around the Shard Fall. It's up the northern one, the Veranda Shard Fall. Up
Grumwall?
No, well, I haven't been out in Grundwall. Probably out there. We were up in the one in the south, the northwest region.
Be Verdantis?
Verdantis, that's the one.
So is Nightshade Pass coming in as well, and is that going to be another incident, or do you know?
It'll be an incident. Might be an instance.
Well, instance, yeah. Okay.
But I believe Jack's been out there and explored that. I haven't been out yet. I haven't been out to either of them yet.
Hey, can I do an
Yes.
experiment on NBNN?
Well, that depends. Is it legal in PG-13?
Yeah, it's legal. I don't know. I don't. Maybe it's. Don't know.
I don't know. Try it.
Be very careful.
Never mind.
What did you have in mind? We're game for almost anything here. You know that.
Well, I was going to hand Onyx my lute and show him how to sync, so he can play as a band.
Yeah, I was actually almost expecting Ashmall and the Naked Band to show up today. Where are those guys? Are those guys over there? Go give them a shout. Get Ashmall. If he's over on the other server, grab him. He'll be more than happy to come work with you.
No, he's away from keyboard. He's been idle for 12 hours.
I just spoke to him 20 minutes before the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came back, Duke.
He popped in on the MBNN channel 20 minutes before the show.
Hey, this is for you in Snug Harbor, Les.
Oh, lay it on me. What do you got there? Oh, the man's been working. Even I haven't done that for myself yet. I love it.
Okay, I'm back.
Definitely going to be great for the weddings we perform out there. Alrighty, well, welcome back. So, yes, Onyx was asking about it. Have you been out already? Was that
Where?
one of the Nightshade Pass? Was that one of the
Yeah.
places that...
Yeah, that's where I was at
you've
the
been
other
out
day. I
there?
tried to get you to zone to me, but you didn't want to come.
Yeah, it's not that I want to come. I was on the phone. I told you that.
All right, you've got bandits, you've got skeletons, and you've got a troll or two.
And here's a song that just goes right in line with that.
So yeah, but since it's the exterior of Hilt, you actually can sit there and climb up on the top of the walls, and then once you do that, you can actually like jump off and commit suicide. There are a few res shrines sprinkled throughout the scene because they do expect lots and lots of people to die. So the undead are closer to the fortress, but the bandits are all on the outskirts. So I had to sprint my way through the scene, so I died less.
I was going to say, Onyx, don't you live right near there?
Yes, he does. So Cottage Grove is actually going to be in the perfect place for quick access to that scene.
Very interesting. We were kind of hoping that it might work out that way, but we didn't know what's going to be coming up.
Yeah, it's a great location.
Location, location, location.
Yep, it's
People
the
are
3
still
rules
jockeying
of
for locations.
real estate.
Well, still going to be interesting to see. Of course, Zeke with the BMC and the folks got their Exeter location. The Port Phoenix folks are over in Elysium, supposedly also a great location. Up near Hilt there, where you and Onyx are centrally located, and Jade. Good location. So what isn't a good location? The Hidden Vale?
Well, as they flesh out the everywhere, we're going to find out that almost every single region of the map at some point in time is going to deal with the main storyline, and Brittany is central to the main storyline, but at the same time, we do have all, depending on where you are in the story, if you actually participate in the story, you will probably be hitting every single scene. Even the kobolds in the Norgard area, since that's where the kobolds are from, is also going to be important.
And
It's all going to be important.
Oh yeah, it's all going to be important. But we don't know how important they are.
What's that, Zeke?
sounds like a great adventure.
It's all a wonderful adventure. I said I love this shit lately, I tell you.
And here is just the tune for such an adventure.
I love it. He's got the music bug. I've heard that one out there before.
Yeah.
All right, come on over here and sit down. Alrighty, so new scenes, new control points coming in, new radio stations. What else is new? New wax cylinders coming in, new music again. The good folks at Shroud and Avatar, including the whole soundtrack on all those cylinders? I have to look at that.
The soundtrack that's on the cylinders, it's yes.
It is
I don't
the
know.
complete Shroud and Avatar. I want to verify that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, that is what they said, but you do realize that they may be skipping a song or two.
I was
Well,
going to say,
that's all right.
72 something songs on 15 cylinders, is it?
It's a lot.
Yeah. Now, of course, I'm looking forward to making our own cylinders, and I'm sure now that Zeke's got the music bug, he's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
interested in that.
Yeah, because we're going to have tunes like this.
I just can't wait to see entertainment hubs and little festivals, and I'm telling you, the possibilities. The more they do this, the more they add to it, the more endless the possibilities become. I mean, the inclusion of adding radio stations, adding your own, more instruments coming in, new instruments. So we got the flute officially coming in. Have you heard anything about any other instruments, Jack? Did they happen to bring any of that up while you guys were down at the Austin's player meeting?
I'm going to say the soundtrack volume 1 only contains 20 songs, so there will be more than one volume.
Ah, of course.
Yes.
Crazy like foxes they are. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3.
That's correct. The complete collection.
That's right, okay. Got to keep the revenue going to keep the game alive, and we don't have any problem with that.
Yep, and
we happily buy the trinkets.
And I did get an update from Richard as far as the current thinking about when they're going alpha, and that's something that my estimate, he referred to it as being aggressive when I said beginning of the year and then probably going live in March. He called that aggressive, and so that tells me that alpha will probably be March or April. So that's another 5-6 months of development before alpha. Then alpha will probably be a month or two, followed by the very short beta period.
Well, the fact that they have it on the board,
yeah, that's a good sign.
About it is a good thing.
I'm going to try to look at that sign on Wednesday, but I'll probably get the word that I am not allowed to tell anybody what that board says.
Oh, you know you're not going to be allowed to talk about that board.
Which means I'll probably do it.
As I predicted a couple of months ago, it's probably May-ish time frame, 2016.
I originally had it May, June, but then we heard in one of the we're looking to go by the end of first quarter, which it put my speculation up to March.
Right.
Anywhere between March and May and June right now is a crapshoot. Anybody's guess. The only people who are going to know are the good folks down at Portalarium.
I predict May 15th, 2016.
Or we could actually run into more problems. So
now, of course, there's always the possibility of running a pool and getting a pool out there, and we can do this in game. And people can put in X amount of gold in game, and no, that doesn't work if there's wipes, does it? Never mind.
No.
Nope.
All right, it was a gigantic idea there, but now that one.
Portalarium could probably run a pool. Nah,
but then that's open up to developer sabotage.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Bad idea. I'm gonna go back playing my music. Y'all have a great day.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for stopping and visiting. Thanks for sharing the music. Well, I've got it on in the background.
Oh, by the way. If the developers are happening to watch this stream or do later, you guys need to up your kilobytes that you will allow to stream into the game. You can't put on full concerts. I tried to build a playlist to put on a full concert on this wagon up here earlier today. It was real early this morning. And, well, my playlist turned out to be 119 kilobytes long, but I couldn't stream it into the game, so nobody could hear the music.
You're saying the limit for...
I think their kilobyte right now is set at like 20 kilobytes is what you can stream.
Fill out a bug report.
Oh, we'll have to take a look at that.
Out. Y'all be good.
Bye.
Thanks for visiting. Yeah, I don't know about that. I know I've had some problems early on with music, but of course we've had other music and stuff on the brain.
That is a fill out a bug report. Although yesterday during the all player-owned towns gathering, that 4-hour-long epic event, We did do some impromptu bug hunting for Chris Spears and Richard Garriott, where they're telling us to cast spells and stop and count how many people were frozen in place. Yeah. But thankfully that was towards the end, but as soon as Lord British did log on, the entire train was derailed as far as what the All Towns gathering happened, as Winfield actually conspired against the server and created a ton of lag.
Well, they always ask us to stress test it.
Yeah. Yeah,
and, we put some stress on it yesterday, that's for sure. Who do we have here running up?
Yeah, we actually had a max of 80 people in TeamSpeak. There were two people. There was one bot and one person that was in the AFK channel that I don't count. So even though there was that discussion of, hey, there's 82 people, it's like, hey, one of them's a bot and the other one is in the AFK channel. So there were 80 people in the channel with us yesterday in TeamSpeak during the All Towns gathering. So we had a huge turnout. It essentially was a huge meet and greet as far as the areas and different regions. So we had some good times out there.
Yes, just met somebody yesterday in game from San Antonio. Told them about all your stuff out there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he was. He was a new guy, and I was giving him some information. And he's like, "I'm from San Antonio." He's like, "You guys talk to the developers?"
Yes.
I'm like, you might say that. And I says, "But you know what? If you're in Texas, you should go to the Austin Players meetings."
Yeah, Winfield does.
Last weekend.
Yeah, the December Austin area players gathering is probably not going to happen just because December is an awkward month for everybody. But we'll probably do the January one, including playing the role-playing game created by Scott Jones, or Scotty. And so we're going to be going to his house or possibly my house for some role-playing games. So we'll be playing Shroud.
Cool. I'm serenading Saul. The governance of 4B.
Yep.
So you're gonna have role-playing games, huh?
Yep. I got
here in front of me, right across the bridge. I stopped her and told her I had something for her.
Got to pull out my.
You're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
Got to pull out my dice.
Now, speaking of dice, you've got a fairly nice set of dice sitting there on the desk, don't you?
I have not moved them over from the. Hold on, let me go grab them from my other desk.
From the hearth? Well, he's gone to grab his dice. We await his return. So, Onyx, how's your mining going? I'm assuming you've already GM'd it?
No, actually I have not GM'd it. I've been unfortunately busy with some other things, but yeah, the mining is kind of good. I found the mining pretty good in Owl's Nest, but it's busy down there. Blacksmithing has been more challenging this time around, but it's kind of fun. We're getting it up there. Looking forward to this next release. See if we've got some. I think we're going to have some crafting variations in the tables. We might have some more quality tables come out, so that'll be interesting to see what opportunities arise from that.
Yes, everybody's waiting for that. Everybody is waiting for that.
Yeah, so I do have some dice from the caverns.
Yeah, I mean, just all sorts of great stuff. Short releases, all this. I mean, this whole month's release is here and gone already.
And I still have to get my hat.
And
I
you
just
haven't even
kicked
gotten
it.
your hats yet.
Not one of them.
And what happened here? Did I just lose connection?
No, but I had to take my headset off and roll my chair across a carpet because I'm sitting at my standing desk today. No, but the dice that I have are actually from the caverns, but I do have a new challenge coin that I got this weekend from Sir Frank, if I can find out where I put it. It's here somewhere on my desk. So, where did I put it? I lost it. Oh, there it is. So, Sir Frank gave me the challenge coin that is from the Festival of the Silver Serpent. So this one is actually beyond cool. But then I also have the Lord British signed coaster. So I picked that up this weekend.
I saw that.
Not just one, but I picked up 3.
You made the comment. I swear the man keeps Sharpies in his pocket just for that reason.
Well, actually, Winfielder's the one that brought these Sharpies out this time.
Ah, okay. As they conveniently, and it could have been Winfield again there. I forget Winfield was at the theater as well. Maybe it's Winfield that carries Sharpies mysteriously in his pocket, because they appear all the time when he's around.
Well, I think it's because everybody knows that Lord British will sign anything that's put in front of him, including a purchase order for $1 billion computer.
Yeah, well, didn't you make a comment like that when we were in Austin?
Yeah, he did.
About sliding a purchase order in, and he says, well, why so low? He says, it's dream big. Let's go for more. You figured I'd slide it under the radar?
Yeah, so, like, hanging out with Richard is always cool, so we end up with, like, lots of good information just from the players gathering. I mean, sitting there with 2 of the developers and Richard Garriott is one where it's like, you know what, you're free to ask them questions and just shoot the shit and drink beer. And I have to thank Blake Blackstone for actually purchasing all of my beer and my food and everybody else's. So even though it was his birthday, he's the one that picked up the tab. So thank you, Blake Blackstone.
Well, good for you, Blake, and happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. I did not know you had a birthday out there.
Yep. So
that's a way to celebrate. Take the developers and friends out to lunch.
Yes, I mean, that's always cool when it's like, you know what, I mean, that's something that actually going to, like, player gatherings in some cities, and especially if you know developers are in the area and you can schedule those gatherings around there, you can actually have some of the developers show up. It's kind of like the Syndicate Guild with their annual convention. They actually had Starr fly out to go to it, which is really cool. And it's just one where you actually have to send a request to the developers and say, hey, we're having this event and we're wondering if you could, like, get some dev time in there. Yeah. You may have to pay for their flights. I don't know. I have no clue. But like at the BMC convention that was in Austin, we had Starr and Richard Garriott show up to that one. So that was also really cool. And then you can have Richard Garriott pay for your tickets out to some fun at the Dread Asylum with the still fucked up Pinky. I dropped the
we heard about the photographs on that yet. We haven't asked about or looked at that yet.
The phonograph?
Yeah. What the hell just happened there?
I don't know. Where'd you get off on the phonograph? Are you looking at the add-on store again?
No. Hang on a second.
You're staring at the phone. You're staring at the add-on store. I know you are. You're like, I need this. Do I even have the phonograph yet?
They have a pretty fancy phonograph in the add-on store coming out in a couple of days.
Yeah, the ornate metal phonograph.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have a couple of those. Mostly from Pledge Rewards.
Yeah, I've got a couple phonographs floating around. I thought I had one sitting up here earlier, but for decoration, but I guess not.
You broke things again?
I heard you were kicked from a channel in my ear, and I'm like, what do you mean I was kicked from a channel?
Oh.
So I control most of the channels I'm in, but not that one channel. So
You were actually kicked from
when
a
I hear a
channel?
message like that, I'm going, what the hell's going on?
That's why you're bringing up the phonograph. Yeah.
They're restructuring over there, and I got to go pay that some attention once we're finished with the show.
Was that the
Move on over.
PAX at Veritas, or were you talking about one of the other servers that you hang out in?
The Avatar Circle, Duke
okay.
Violations. But again, they're moving servers now and all that with the transfer. From Duke Violation to Chasm Phoenix Fire.
Well, they also had some problems over the weekend. Because the Alpatown's gathering was supposed to take place in the Avatar Circle TeamSpeak, but they ran into an issue where as soon as they hit 18 people in the channel, nobody could hear anything. So there was a lot of lag, so they moved to a different server probably.
Yes. They moved to Themoloc's server where Themo
had to up it to 100 seats available. It was awesome.
very nice.
Yeah, so what other things do we want to talk about? Because we've got 12 minutes left, and we haven't really discussed a lot.
Let me pull up what I got in here. Because I have like all the little bug reports in front of me just for giggles and grins, just to see what they're talking about. But we can talk about that tomorrow. Of course, the Clockwork Pets. Oh, the air balloon. New hot air balloon. Yeah, now that I've got the store open. Hot air balloon is making an appearance in the game. Yet another mode, possibly, of travel later on in the game.
Now, I mean, this is all stuff really for episode 2, but I think the hot air balloon just gives you a different perspective. It's not going to be really, you can't really decorate a lot with that one. It's just, hey, look at me, I've got this.
I've got this big obnoxious thing blocking your view sitting in front of your
That's
house. Yes.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah. And make sure that
I've heard some gripes and complaints already, but I'm hoping everybody will use them.
Make sure that you purchase it early, so that way you can get in on the half-off price if you are going to get in on it. I love the fact that it's got the iron kettle with to burn the air.
The burner, you mean?
Yes. It's an iron kettle. The wicker basket.
So, anyway, we've talked about Hilt. We didn't really showcase it. We've talked about the other new scene. I guess we can showcase those all a little bit more in depth tomorrow with the pictures and stuff. We didn't touch on all that stuff. I'm going back just to look. Of course, I mentioned the flute. We didn't give that a bunch of credence, and I had asked you if you had heard about any other new instruments.
Oh, sorry. You've got flute, some drums of some sort, and harp.
Now, the last two are not necessarily officially in yet. We're hoping we're going to get word of that.
Yeah, those were
a little later on in the week.
Those were the 3 that were mentioned that were going to be next up for development.
Correct.
So I think the flute is actually the easiest one to actually include into the game. The drum's going to be a little bit more difficult because they're going to have to play around with, I don't know. I don't know why it would be difficult, but yeah, I'm just saying it's difficult because I'm difficult.
Yeah. What's so hard about getting a guy to beat on a drum?
I don't know. The fact that, like, it, depending on where you hit it on the head, it comes out with different sounds, but that's the same as covering holes on a stick that you're blowing air into. So, yeah, it's not that difficult. It's the same amount of difficulty. They may have to, like, find a way to do the sounds. And then the harp would actually be the most complicated of all of those, unless they come up with a 10-string harp. Or 8-string, however many strings they're using.
Yeah, we have no clue there. It could be multiples, even more so. Yeah, this is the North Naryar Pinelands we're looking at here.
Oh, I just closed out of that.
I know. I saw you put it up, so I figured I had to throw it up there real quick.
So I close out of it, and then you open it up. I see how you
I
are.
don't want you to feel lonesome being the only one showing it to our viewers out
Okay.
there.
So this is one of the new scenes that's coming into the game. It's actually based off of a German forest. So if you actually look at the variety, it does look a lot more realistic than some of the other scenes, which actually makes it really, really good. And becomes a lot more enjoyable as far as playability.
And of course, if you scroll down a little bit more into that newsletter, of course, you'll see the official announcement.
The NBNN, the flute, Radio Free Britannia. Yes.
Now, in here, they've got it all perfect. Looks nice. In the QA, it actually reads NBNN. And I haven't dropped them a note yet because I'm guessing that in Friday's release on the QA, they just threw up what they had there and didn't take all the final finished work that they were getting ready to put in. I'm expecting a patch today for us.
When I was in their office, and the reason that I showed up on the stand-up corner for the QAing the radio is because they actually had NBNN and Radio Free Britannia in the list.
Yes, I have a picture of that, thanks to you.
Yes. And so they asked, what is it supposed to be? And I had to say, it is supposed to be Radio Free Britannia.
Radio Free Britannia, that is right. That is absolutely correct. But yes, this Thursday we officially make our foray into the game. And I want to thank the folks down there for getting this done for us and breaking the mold finally.
Now,
I'm looking forward to all sorts of great stuff.
I don't know whether or not you actually paid attention to this or not, but it actually does have the total player-owned towns quantities in that list, with 33 metropolises, 10 cities, 13 towns, 43 crossroads villages, 28 villages, 21 hamlets, and 114 holdfasts, for a grand total of 262
That's right.
player-owned towns. I mean, that is phenomenal.
That is this month's numbers.
Yes.
November's numbers.
So that means that
Yes,
260.
totally phenomenal.
Yes.
And more are being sold. According to the postmortem, they have found no reason to stop selling them since they won't appear on the overworld map.
Yeah, they're just connected, and so it's either boats or ports or something like that. Hold on. I'm going to have to claim a house. Damn it, I don't have a friggin' house deed on me. I need to find a banker. I am actually in the town of Exeter on the QA server right now. So I need to turn the volume off on that one so that way we don't get the duplicate sounds going on. Where is the main square? Because I want to see you. What was I going to check out? I was going to check
I know,
out
but
something.
we don't have but a few minutes
Oh, yeah.
here. I think we should just wrap it up for today, and we can talk about that and bring up the rest of this tomorrow. Since we do have another show tomorrow, as we do every Monday through Friday here on NBNN and Radio Free Britannia. You can join us for Lunch with Laz and Jack every noon to 1 here in New Britannia, Monday through Fridays.
And on the calendar, since you just go to nbnn.info, make sure that you click on the button that says calendar at the top. Remember, Mondays are slow days in game. So today at 4 p.m. you can listen to Avatar's Radio for DJ Eclipse Maiden. That is between 4 and 6 p.m. I don't know what kind of music she's going to be playing, but it will be a surprise.
She
Between
is the newest DJ.
Yes. Between 6 and 8 p.m. tonight on Avatar's Radio, you might as well tune in to Avatar's Radio for Dr. DJ Selly with Faster and Louder, or as I like to say, Bang That Head That Does Not Bang. While you're listening to Dr. DJ Selly on Avatar's Radio, you need to run over to Braemar and go to the cemetery and join in the no-host event, which is the Challenge Dungeon Run. Go run through Chilblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering. At 8 p.m., the Tavern Respite with Elgarian DeCauley is having his normal weekly role-playing event between 8 and 9 in the Bear Tavern. So you need to zone to Elgarian DeCauley and have some fun role-playing. At 10 p.m. tonight, we have a Twitch stream by the legendary Neurotoxin, and he's going to be streaming Shroud of the Avatar tonight on the Who's Gaming Now page. And from there, the reason you really want to tune in is because he is giving away Shroud of the Avatar add-on store credit to followers of his stream.
Always nice.
Yes. So remember, that is between 10 and midnight. All times are Central Standard Time or New Britannia Time, because Port Alarium's in Austin, Texas. And that is the calendar for Monday, November 16th in Shroud of the Avatar. And Laz?
Alrighty, and that'll about wrap it up for us today here. Thank everybody for watching, listening, tuning in, however you tune in with us here. Look forward to seeing everybody again tomorrow. Again, you can see and listen and watch us here on nbnn.info. Tune in and check out the stream. You can listen to us on radiofreebritannia.com. You can listen to us on wrfb.rocks. And soon you can be listening to us on the ether vibration amplifiers sitting here in-game next to us. So thanks for watching, everybody. Jack, got any final words for the crowd out there today?
No, thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks for the follows. Y'all are great. I love you guys, and just got to say bye.
Thank you,
Alrighty.
gentlemen, for allowing me to visit with you today.
Onyx,
thanks,
for
Onyx.
visiting. Always nice to have you here. Don't be such a quiet guy next time. Say hello. Just talk about some of the topics we're talking about. That's what we're here for.
Just soaking in all that good information.
There you go. There you go. Alrighty, folks. This is Laz for Laz and Jack. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, NBNN, for more news, sports, information, entertainment, crazy wild happenings, and all sorts of good stuff here in Shroud of the Avatar. Thanks for watching, everybody.